I met my soulmate at a singles party.
What?
You haven't heard about them? It's a party for men and women looking for partners.
No, I gathered that much. You're not supposed to be going to those, are you? You're married. Nice to meet you. My name is Yuri. Mister, I don't have a problem with Melissa being married. Wow, this guy is crazy. My name is Jake. I divorced my ex-wife, Melissa, about 6 months ago. Since the divorce, my life has settled down and my work is going well, but I was trying to get my life back on track, and until recently, it was really a struggle. My wife and I got married 3 years ago. We've known each other since college. We have been together for quite a long time, and we got married about 3 years after we both started our careers. This was the beginning of a lot of unnecessary hardship. I had heard of in-laws changing after marriage, but I never thought I would be a victim of it. I never thought that I would be victim of it. My mother-in-law was the chief of surgery at a university hospital and a workaholic, but the problem was my father-in-law and my wife, who loved him very much. Even though we had been together for a long time, I never noticed this at all. I had no idea that my wife loved her father-in-law so much. When I was a student, my wife used to refer to my father-in-law as father when talking about him. When we visited my in-laws after marriage, she called him Papa. To be honest, I didn't really care what we called him. What did Dad even mean these days? Was he just trying to be cool? When I heard Papa, I knew my wife was in love with her father-in-law.
You're going to stop by my parents' house tomorrow, right?
Well, I didn't plan on it.
You don't have any plans, right? You should drop by. It would make Papa happy.
I'll be working late tomorrow, so I don't think I can.
Do you even care about my parents?
What about you? Do you even care about my parents?
What? Why are you talking about your parents? We're talking about my parents, my father.
Oh man, that face she made was so irritating. It was the face of zero understanding of what I was trying to say. Look, why do I have to go to my in-laws' house every day since we got married?
Because they're your family now, of course.
But I have to work.
You aren't there all night, right? You can just stop by.
This is the conversation we had a week after we married. I can't see anything but a life of limbo from here on out. I have my own lifestyle. I can't show up every day like that, but if you insist on coming to my parents' house every day, I'll consider it. No, I don't want to. Right? I don't want to go to your parents' house every day either. It's the same thing. My wife started to twist and crack her neck. Is this girl for real? Hey, do you still want to talk about this? Then we can always have a marriage where we live separately.
I don't want to do that.
I love my wife, but I was concerned that it would interfere with my work. Why did I think that? I don't think my wife can take care of herself. I knew that if we got married and lived under the same roof, the burden on me would increase. We both have jobs and are very busy. I didn't want to have to worry about everything on my own, but my wife said to me,
I will never make you do everything. We will help the cooking and cleaning.
I believed her words, and we have been living together since we got married. As expected, she is putting everything on me. I think that if I give in and visit my in-laws once a week, so she'll make me go on my days off too. Well, I personally think that even once a week is a lot, but I married her. I want to fulfill her wishes to some extent, but that didn't mean I had to visit them every day, right? If you continue to talk about this, we'll have to live separately, I think. My wife went silent. Well, that was to be expected. My wife has never lifted a finger to help around the house like she promised. I'm the one who does all the housework. Without me, this house will go straight to the dump. I guess she wants to avoid that. To be honest, I don't mind doing the housework. Doing things for one person or two people doesn't really change much. But breaking a promise is unforgivable. Getting a fight about this 1 week into marriage, I wonder if we would be able to get along down the road. I had nothing but anxiety. My wife, who didn't like the idea of living separately, stayed quiet for a while, but after 2 weeks, the same thing happened again. I was already fed up, so I went to my parents-in-law's house once a week. The sarcastic old man was waiting for me. The housekeeper has taken the day off, so I'm going to ask you to take care of things around the house. What do you mean? You want me to do the housework? Man, I really hate that about you. Do I have to tell you every single time? You are so dumb. Are you really from the same university as Melissa? I can't believe it. What is it that you want me to do exactly? Cleaning the living room, toilets, baths, everything. My father-in-law shouted at me, making an awful screeching sound. What about food? Oh, you're so thoughtful, aren't you? Get it right on it, and make it good. Alright. I take out my phone and make a call. Hello? Is there any staff available tonight? Yes, for about 3 hours. Hey, who are you calling from? My father-in-law snatches my phone from me and hangs up. Hey, what are you doing? I was calling the housekeeping service. Oh, come on, what are you doing? You do it. I'm the one who is calling them, and I'm the one who's paying for it, so there shouldn't be a problem. You really are something, aren't you?
My papa asked you to do it. Just do it for him.
Alright, that settles it. I'm divorcing this woman. I kept silent and stared at my wife. My wife seemed scared by my stare. Then she locked herself in her room at her parents-in-law's house. This is why I was reluctant to go to her in-law's house. I have to leave for work this afternoon. Wait a minute. This has been going on for less than a month since we got married. I knew I had no choice but to divorce her. I caught my wife when she came home later and started talking about divorce. I can't live like this anymore.
Why?
Why? How can you ask that?
Really, I really don't know.
I'm sick and tired of you telling me to go to my in-laws' house all the time, and I'm sick and tired of your father's constant bullying, so I'm divorcing you.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I won't bring it up anymore. I swear. I promise.
You can promise all you want, but in a couple weeks it'll just be the same thing all over again. I'm sick of it.
No, this time I promise I won't say anything else. I promise. I didn't realize it bothered you so much. You see, it's hard for me to understand if you don't tell me clearly, but now I know for sure. Please give me one last chance.
Last chance after 1 month of marriage. It was surreal. In the end, I gave in to my wife's pleas. Judging by my behavior over the past 6 months, I'd give up already. Oh, if only I'd been able to get a divorce at that time, there would have been no trouble. Then 6 months went by, then a year. I found myself living a peaceful life. Ever since then, my wife had been doing her share of the household chores. She doesn't even ask to go to her parents-in-law's house. And I didn't receive any sarcastic attacks from her father-in-law. I wonder if my wife has really reflected on the situation. She must really love me, after all. How positive I was. I had believed in my wife without even doubting her. However, I later found out that this kindness was just a front. 2 years had passed since we got married. I came home to find my wife, my father-in-law, and a strange man in the house. I'm home. Oh, a visitor? Sit down. It had been a long time since I had seen such an attitude from him. My wife, along with my father-in-law, is also very bossy. I'm going to make this clear. You are not a suitable husband for Melissa. What? Melissa is going to marry this man, so I want you to sign the divorce papers and get out of my house. I was a bit taken aback by this out-of-the-blue remark. I had thought that our marriage was going well, but I was wrong.
I met my soulmate as a singles party.
What?
You haven't heard about them? It's a party for men and women looking for partners.
No, I gathered that much. You're not supposed to be going to those, are you? You're married. Nice to meet you. My name is Yuri. Mister, I don't care if she is married or not. Wow, this guy's crazy.
I wanted to open a clinic. That's why I wanted you to work with me, and I really wanted to avoid divorce. But since Yuri is also a doctor, I thought it would be okay, so I don't need you anymore.
Oh, so that's how it is. That's why she was so reluctant to divorce. I'm such an idiot. What, I thought my wife loved me? Don't worry, Jake. I'll pay you alimony. The marriage was short, but we can come up with a reasonable amount. I'll settle for $100,000. You know that's impossible. Is that so? When you went to a singles party while you were a married woman, that's cheating. And moreover, you found a new partner there. That is a problem with the management, isn't it? You can even sue the management, you know. I'll tell them that if they pay a total of $100,000 in alimony for the wife, then I'll shut up about the cheating. All three of them stiffened. Can you pay? Or do you want me to sue and fight it out to the bitter end? If you are opening a clinic, this lawsuit will hurt you a lot. Reputation is the most important thing for a practicing doctor.
I understand. It's not an amount we can't afford. Is that all right with you?
Then we'll get divorced after the transfer is complete. I left the house with the bare minimum of my belongings. I was so pissed off. I love my wife in my own way, but she was just using me for her own dreams. She must have had such ambition since her college days. I walked into my favorite bar in a daze. Hey, Jake, good evening.
Aren't you on duty today?
Yes, I am, but I can't have a drink.
You don't look well. Malpractice?
No, nothing like that. I'm getting a divorce. Without thinking about it, tears began to fill my cheeks. Boss, I'm sad.
I see.
I told the owner what had happened.
That's not a bad thing for you, is it?
Why?
Because your wife has never supported you.
I pried open my memory drawer of the past year.
After all, you were always being asked to do this and that, weren't you?
That's true.
This is the first step to happiness, right?
I'm sure that's the first step to happiness. Yes, it is. Time is wasted on crying.
Oh, that's right. Live your life. Have fun.
Thanks to the owner, I was able to look at myself objectively. What a friend I have. A week later, the alimony was transferred to my account, and I was free. I was wondering if I would be depressed, but I wasn't. I was busy working every day and leading a fulfilling life. I don't have time to be pessimistic about my divorce. All I can do is keep moving forward toward my dreams. 6 months have passed since my divorce. I was checking the news while eating breakfast. Then I noticed an article. I was so excited. I headed out, excited to share the news, but just as I was about to reach my destination, I was approached by a worthless person. "Hey, Jake!" Without suspecting anything, I turned around. "Hello, it's been a while." "Long time no see. You know, we got married." "Oh, congratulations." "Jake, you really missed out on someone special." "What?" "Do you see that building over there?" "Where?" "That building over there. There's only one building under construction." "Oh, yeah. That building is our new home. It costs more than $1 million. Isn't it amazing?" I was in a half laughing. "Do you know the market price here? You can't get $1 million for that kind of space. This is a high-end residential area. For that size, $1.5 million for the land alone, and $500,000 for the top-of-the-line stuff. That total is about $2.5 million. "That's funny. You are wrong in your calculation. If you say that, it's $2 million, isn't it?" "Well, you see, Melissa built this mansion. I'm so happy." He looks so happy. He's really boasting about her, but I crushed him mercilessly. I'm not wrong in my calculations. "What?" "Because I'm the owner of that building. The land, the building, and the equipment in the hospital total $2.5 million. Thank you for the alimony. I'm very grateful for it." "There's no way. That's Melissa's." Alright, come on. Follow me." I led Yuhi to the front of the building and asked him to confirm the name of the hospital and my name as the head of the household. Yuri was absolutely astonished. "No way, I guess she didn't think the building site she lied about was the property I'm building. Besides, she's unemployed now, right? She can't build a house without a job. She probably lied because she didn't want you to run away. I'm happy for you. She loves you." "What? What do you mean, unemployed?" "Didn't you see the news this morning? Melissa was fired from the university hospital. You didn't see it? They said there was some malpractice." Yuri turned his back on me and rushed away silently. "Goodbye." I stare at the house and hospital under construction. My dream is about to come true. I had dreamed of the day when I could open my own practice. 6 months later, I start my ophthalmology practice. It's busy, but a rewarding job. My ex-wife and Yuri divorced soon after that. She wasn't the only one who was forced out of her job because of my ex-wife's medical mistakes, but also her mother-in-law, who is the chief of surgery, was forced to take responsibility. The only thing that saved her was that the patient did not die. But now, my ex-wife's dream of opening a clinic is completely lost. It's a refreshing feeling indeed. The end of my ex-wife's extravagant life. Yuri, who came for an interview, told me everything. Of course, he didn't get the job. I'm going to continue to work hard and work hard for my patients. Yuri's potential is amazing. In a bad way, of course. How could you come to an interview? I'm so glad that Jake was able to cut ties with his demented ex-wife and family and get back to a meaningful life. Thank you for watching to the end. How did you like today's story? Please subscribe to our channel if you like. See you in the next story.